resistance, a hit on support over here when we first came up, resistance, resistance. So there's 2 hits here, but we don't have the second hit here. We need to hit this complete. It can't be any higher. It's got to be dead on this area. It's got to be dead on this area because we're saying it's a symmetrical triangle. So it's got to hit the support. So we're going to know one way or the other if this is going to be something or not. I personally think it's going to go farther down without certainty or without any evidence to speak of so far. But I just gut feeling says that this volume, that's crashing volume, rising price. So we have a classic case of rising price after a crash, crashing volume. So there's nobody here to buy. There's nobody. So this will roll over at the 30 most likely. And then once it takes out that little session low here, you know, and then it starts bouncing through, then you get to have the real bigger drop. Whether that means it's 34, 35 cents, we don't know yet, but it's going to be a big drop. We're still got a long ways to go, folks. Still a long ways to go. We're not going to have the flip of the switch until November 2023, but a lot of big things are going to happen before. A lot. You better believe it. But we're at 48.73, so that's what you're looking at right now. So if you're like, what does XRP have to do to get bullish? For the moment, it's got to get over 42.714 to at least make a push at the 4-hour time frame. And the 4-hour time frame is around 50 cents. 50419. So that's what it's got to do to get any kind of move. But right now we have a bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hourly. The volume still looks fine on the push down, but on the pullback up in the 30-minute, it looks awful. 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 3.289 million on the dump. 3.44 million on the dump. 1.51 on the reversal. Then you have 2.13 on the push, down to 953,000. And now we got 12 minutes left. It's at 702,000. So unless we get some serious volume push, it's going to be a big, big problem here. Big problem. And we can draw the initial short-term pattern right here in the 30-minute just so you guys can see. And if we take it like that, this is actually a very strong resistance, as you can see, pulling down. I mean, it's that simple. And now, what ends up happening here is you start to fall into this, like, falling channel style. And now we end up trading between something like this, and it becomes a big mess. Because now it's what you call, you start to get squeezed here. You start to get squeezed. Hell yeah, Jake. See, I got the emote back. Hey, above this guy, 20 bits and Far Kenny. Thank you for the 17-bit. Super Fat Monk with a bit. Appreciate that, everybody. At a retest 16 cents before falling back below a penny. I mean, 10 cents. Pizza breath. I don't deny that. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Let's go to XLM. XLM's at the 20-day. Okay, so XLM, the volume looks atrocious right now, but it's got a chance to break up through this if it can get any kind of volume. But right now, the upside could be capped at 12.8. We do have a hammer candle, though, so this is good. There's not much downward pressure. But there's no volume. The volume is going to be the kick in the nuts. So let's say we break this. The top end potential we're looking at here for XLM, and I'm going to show you the short-term diagram as well. But the 14.7 right now. I don't know if we're going to get the 16 cents. It's possible. It's possible because that's the drop point that happened around here, and it's not the initial. That would be about the 75% point. I could see it happening. Now I'm going to show you what some of the hurdles will be to try to get back up here. Since we're going to say we're going to come all the way back up, but now we got to draw the pattern from all the way back here. It's just the way it has to be. So that's what you're in. We just created the pattern right now. If you think it can get way back up there, that's all the stuff you're going to have to break up there. But now, we're going to have to break a short term. We're going to have to go short term here. And we're going to have to break this. So if you think we can get back up to 16 cents, pizza breath, wake me when we get past there. That's all I'm asking it to do, to even have a chance. So your goal right now for XLM is to break 13.1. But obviously, It has to break this 20 at 12.8. That's the first obvious thing. If it doesn't break that, it's got no chance in here. Because we're in a much bigger... Let me pull it out in the weekly. In the bigger time frames, XLM's in a descending triangle, and it's clear as day. And once it breaks the descending triangle, it's got to come much farther down. And it's going to be ugly. I think Terra, I don't think all of these are going down 90% or 99%. But 95% or 98% of the coins will be wiped out. So if this fails and this bull flag pulls down, we're looking at 2.7. Whoa, look how perfectly that matches the double bottom. You can't make that up, ladies and gentlemen. I like consistency. You know why? Because look what consistency does. Here was my Luna call. It looked fucking ridiculous in the beginning. Does it look so ridiculous now? That was the technical target, was 20 cents off that broken rising channel. I don't make the rules. I just know the way technical traders trade, because everybody trades the indicators you can look at on TradingView instead of actually knowing how to freehand. That's how you get caught up in all this. Luna's down 93%. You know, so there's a lot of shit that still needs to happen here in the market. Congratulations, XRP. You've made it to just over 40 cents. What an accomplishment. I know a lot of your brains can't even process the numbers you're seeing in front of your screen. I mean, we got VeChain under 3 fucking cents. Lanim, thank you for the 10 bits. Sufferio, thank you for the follow. You are number 269. 269. Much appreciation. Now you guys can listen to the lovely intro that I never show you on Twitch. Good evening, 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. On this bloody, glorious, all-inspiring, predictable, still not any easier to handle crash of the century that we've experienced in Bitcoin and crypto in itself. Historical liquidation, not even a quarter of the way complete. When you look at the patterns, look at VeChain. This pattern has just started to unbuckle here, ladies and gentlemen. We've now broke the descending triangle. What does that mean? That means the bull flag is busted, which means we're going to have to come all the way down back where probably the pattern started, all the way down here. Don't say I didn't warn you. I've only been saying VeChain was coming to these levels since it was at 28 cents, 26 cents, 22 cents, 18 cents, wherever the hell it was at. It's been a long road down. It's been a long road down. So now that that's busted, now it's our job to figure out what the hell's going on, right? So now, see, but now we can't, though, because the weekly's not done breaking. It's not. Like, we have to project now, and the problem is here is our projection we broke. So now our next projection, we don't even have to project. I'm not projecting. We broke the bull flag. The descending triangle's cracked. We cracked it right here. The technical target, and once again, because the technicals don't lie, it goes right to the bottom, the low wick. Look at that. All of these are starting to do that now, and you can't make this up. That's what Terra did, and it scared the hell out of me. Because then it's either it were to break up from there or break down, and now that the descending triangle's cracked, it's coming down here. There's no debating it. We have to come to the technical target. How big of a drop is that? The fuck? Oh my god. If it really comes that low, I'll be shitballing it. Well, I mean, Are all these going to have a Terra Luna-like fall? I mean, I could see it. Everything's so overvalued. That is unbelievable. That's staggering. See what we're looking at in the 30-minute. Yeah, man, oh man. They're all getting rejected at the 30 on the 20-day. There's just no volume. For being so cheap, there's no volume. There's no institutional buyers. None. CW, are you still there? Do you see this, CW? There's no institutional buys. None. Guys, my fuel cell short is looking spectacular today. Spectacular. I bought this thing 2.5 months ago. I bought 105 options. And it came out to an average price of 10. Or 9.5 per option. And right now it's up to $14.50 per option. And I have 105 of them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm very happy about that because if this breaks and we have a historical collapse in the tech sector and they make the hydrogen battery fuel cell, my goal is to have my strike price is $2 by the 3rd week of July. And if it goes under $1 and maybe 50 cents, oh, baby, I might strip live on air. If this goes sub 50 cents and goes all the way to its target, I'll go nude on air. Because I'll be able to buy my house. I mean, that's serious. If this has a historical collapse because it busted the W reversal, if this has a historical collapse, like I hope to God it does, and this comes down here, and at any point, you'll see this down 95%, we're at 14 cents. I don't wear underwear, but I'll buy tighty whities and I'll wear them live on air. I'm telling you right now, if fuel cell comes down 95% before the 3rd week of July, I will wear tighty whities live on air, and I will put it on TikTok. Because if it goes down there on 115 options, that's going to be worth 6 figures. It's not even a joke. That's how close I am. I'm only 95% drop away from 6 figures, baby. No. But I'm just saying, I'll eat a hat live on stream or something stupid. I won't deplore you with tighty whities. But hey, sweet abidings, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Above the Sky, subscribe tier. Oh, that was before. I was gonna say there's no way 2 people subscribed in one show. That would be insane. Thanks, thanks, Kenny. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jay. I forgot you were in here, Jake. Oh, that is awesome. Jake's known me longer than anybody in here. He knows how the T-Speaker 222 came about. So anyhow, let's get back to the charts. So, remember my dilemma, guys, with Polkadot? I was going to stake it for 19% on Uphold, but they wanted a 30-day commitment originally. Well, had I have kept doing that, look what can happen in just one 30-day commitment. Let's see. So from here, April, let's see where we're at. So we get a nice bounce here. We're down here. Let's say we want to stake it. Hey, we got a nice drop to $14.21 on May 1st. All right. All right, we're going to stake this. 19%. Oh my God, we're up to $16.35. Yes. And I'm staking it. So the first 9 days of the stake is going beautiful. Now, you're sitting here and you're like, wait a minute. I need to unstake this shit. And now by the time it becomes available, you're already down 43%, but you get 18% for the year. So that was my dilemma. Like, I'm not going to sit in there that long with $5,000 or whatever it was at the time and stake my stuff and then be vulnerable to this. I mean, Polkadot is still working on my trend. It hasn't come down to it, the uptrend. I said a long time ago, it has to come to the uptrend because it's working on an ascending triangle. So if you actually pull it out, I didn't do it before, but that's the pattern. It's an ascending triangle. I can't help the pattern it's in. It's not my fault. I just calls it the ways I sees it. Dot can go much lower. It's going to be hunting this area once it breaks this formation. It's going to be hunting $2.79. That's the hardcore truth. That's what it's trying to hunt. It's just, right now, it's. I'll show you what's actually going on. Since the very top fell out, we're actually on a very, very fast falling channel. And it's actually coming at an alarmingly fast pace. It's just, we could have did this, but it busted this already, you see, and that's just a support. So we're trying to project out. That's why I don't like to do it from there right now, because we can't project because that candle didn't give us the evidence yet. Now we can project from different areas and say we might be doing something like this. Into the future, that is. And then you could just say you might be in something like that, like a falling channel or something. So, how low can it go? I think 279 is a good starting point. I really do. Once this ascending triangle busts, it's going to be bad news. Real bad news. RP Sherlock. Do I have any videos of how to short? I mean, not like in part. Daniel C. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I didn't even notice that you snuck that in there. You sneaky, sneaky one. I appreciate that support. That means a lot to me. I mean, shorting, it's just the straight short the market. You can go on KuCoin is where I would suggest. 1x straight short. You just buy it short. You go to the trading section and you can buy it short. There's nothing special. It's tick for tack. It's just when you short, after a certain amount, you can get liquidated. Because when you're shorting the market, it's not like you own it. You know, you're not owning your shit. Like, if you're buying it when it goes up, at least you know it's yours. Even if it goes down 99%. When you're shorting the market, especially depending on how much leverage you use, that's not the case. And I would highly suggest you know what you're doing before shorting the market. So, like, 269 seems like a reasonable spot for Polkadot to fall to when it breaks the ascending triangle. So, that's what I see with Polkadot Quant. Had this ascending triangle that it broke outside of, but then it broke back down into a falling channel, which we said it was going to bust back down. It had no choice. And now it broke the pattern. You know, and now we can draw this out now that it went farther, but we had to do it step by step because we had a lot of skeptic people, you know, a lot of people that were very skeptical. Before drops happen, everybody's always skeptical. I had to deal with it the last time too. The most annoying thing is I can see what everybody else can't until it's too late. And then once it happens, everybody's like, holy shit! How could you have possibly known? It's like, well, I have a gift. You could have known too if you just listened. So this is the falling channel we're in. And my 2 points of contact, wick here, wick here. I'm not using this one as a point of contact. These are my wicks. Point 1, point 2. We don't know what this one's going to do. So here's your 2 points. I'm using it in the weekly, so that's a hell of a confirmation. A hell of one. And Kenny, I seen you said you were proud. I appreciate that. But right now we're about to start a bearish divergence in quant. I mean, let's not underestimate what's going on here in the weekly time frames across the board, guys. That's going to cross. That weekly's going to cross, and that's going to be huge, and it's going to be a big drop. You just can't see the 100 and 200 because we're in the weekly. And I'm in Tether. Because when I was futures trading, I was on KuCoin, so all these are in Tether on most of them. Because I was 20x, and I had to have it directly on. We've got Algo. And a lot of people, again, 44 cents for Algo. Remember my whole thing. XRP can't be above Algo and IOTA. What happened? XRP fell off a cliff. It's still trying to catch up to IOTA. But in the weekly, Algo's got a weekly cross of the 20, crossing the 50, and now the 100. We broke the descending triangle that formed out of the rising channel. So now it becomes a big mess. Now we can go after the technical target, which I don't know what the hell happened. It fell out of here. But now that it fell off the side, the technical target's right here. 1740. We also have the low of 1050. But that's our technical target, breaking this descending triangle now. Because now this bull flag busted. Didn't GCR short Terra million? and that it would fall below 88 in May. He killed it or something was going to happen this week. Yeah, I mean, a lot of insider trading going on, that's for sure. Okay, here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad short, but we've already dropped. So we've dropped like 60% in XRP or 50%. To short it now, when you short it and it goes up on you, even if you call the correct short, if it goes up too high, you're just going to sell. The best spot to be in a short is before the market crashes. The market's already crashed. We can speculate and say it's going to go lower, but there's going to be bounces. You have to have bounces of liquidity. You got morons all over the place that are jumping and dying to buy XRP right now because it's so cheap in their minds. I still think it's expensive. It's overvalued. We have an XRP lawsuit going on. It's not capable of doing what it needs to do freely because of the U.S. government. And whether you want to acknowledge it or not, that's a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. It's wasting all their time. So, I'm not doing anything, guys. Like I said, what I'm doing, I'm not doing in the traditional crypto market. So even though the market's doing what it's doing, and this is bouncing around, and sometimes the assets are at 6, sometimes they're at 7. Right now it's more about its truest form. Even though some of that's happening, I've already made 100% on this one. Today it's up 9%, but I bought it at 1. It's at 2. I was able to sell off some of my Gold Note UK for 100%, and today it's up 34%. So, like, I'm up on my portfolio in here, but I'm also selling. I bought a couple more, and you can see my portfolio is getting bigger. And now I have Indus X USA that I've got a 10 billion bid in for, which is 1,000 XLM, 1,022 I do. And then Gold Note IT I also have a bid in for 1,022 for when it goes through. So I'm building my asset list. And one day in the near future, I'm going to show you this, and it's going to have a couple zeros added to it, and you're going to shit your pants. And I'm trying to show everybody the way to do this. But you have to vet it because it's very scary. No, the SEC didn't protect anybody. They don't protect people. It's a disillusion. Getting those unopened assets. Gotta love getting 2 billion per. Absolutely. Absolutely, Token Jesus. On the ones we can do it, my friend. The ones we can do it. But the ones that we have to buy on the norm, you know, I always do 1,000 XLM, 1,022, because then I get 10,222 million. And then normally, if an asset comes online that I need and there's nothing else I can sell, I look for the ones that I bought that I can do at 2. And then I'll sell, 25% just to get 511 XLM. But then I let it just keep going. It's a crazy thing, Lobster, once you start realizing it. It shows 5,000 something on the screen, but those assets are going to be worth 6 figures, 9 figures. You'll see. So that's just something I do diligently, but I also am paying attention to the market because I want XRP at its cheapest. I do 1,000 XLM for each of those buys that I have 10 billion of, because at the cheapest it is, it's 6 zeros and a 1, and when you do 10 billion, it costs you 1,000 XLM, and I don't want anything less than 10 billion. Because then I can sell 25%, even if it's only a 2x. I don't sell them unless I have to, and right now I had to sell them. I needed the XLM, so some of them I had to sacrifice 25% of it to get 100% profit, so... No, 1,000 XLM, not $1,000. 1,000 XLM. I don't really want to get into a whole lobster thing here. That's not what this is about. But I have a lot, there's a Lobster Academy that you're all free to look at. You're in my army, RP Sherlock. It's available. I'm just, I'm an admin there, but there's a lot of people a lot smarter than me in there. So, Token Jesus, what was that? We're talking Astro Wallet. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of shooting the shit with everybody because everybody asked a lot of questions. Matic. Sorry, I still got to go through my own real quick. Matic busted the uptrend. I've already told the story. A lot of people were pissed off at me because I didn't buy it at $1 where I thought I was going to on the descending triangle. But it showed me that it was going to come way through, and I said it had to hit the uptrend. It hit the uptrend at 75 cents. I still said it had to go lower. And now we're printing new lows. We hit 60 cents. So I don't want to be that guy, but, you know, we have to play it properly. I mean, look at that. That's not good. We broke the tether region highs or lows. You know, we're breaking tether lows. I'm going to have to go back to USD because we're getting so cheap. I mean, we already busted that. I mean, our next target's 60 cents, and we're about to break that. What happens when we break that? I mean, now we got to go back to these low-ass numbers. And now, because of how low we are, Matic, delete. Now we got to do Matic, USD. And now I'm going to have to go through and do this with every motherfucking one as we go along when they start to break it. I'm not doing it all at once because it's going to take forever. I'm going to do Matic because I was on it. And I used to have it all set up with USD, but then I was trading. I was 20x futures trading. And look how. And this can actually be time consuming to do it like this. Because now I got to bring it all the way back up. And if I hit the wrong button, it's going to shuffle these in the wrong spot. There. So Matic is refreshed. Okay. So now that we get to redraw this, this is the daily. We can keep it on the daily. But I mean, it's already busted all this. That's the problem. This has all been busted. No matter what you draw out from back here, this got busted. And thus we're going to try to project out here and try to catch it on the fly down here. I mean, this might not be a bad idea, guys. We could project here into the future and see where this meets up. I mean, that could very well be what we're forming. And I guess we could have kept Tether because fucking Matic was just put on the market not too fucking long ago. So what a stupid idea that was. I could have just kept it. Whatever. It allowed me to redraw this. But that's probably what's going on with Matic. And we're going to print a new low once we break the 62 cents. We're going to break a new low and come down here to 32. Is what it feels like. And that's right in the bottom of the consolidation area. So that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Why fight what makes perfect sense? I don't pay a fucking fee. What are you talking about? Oh, you're going to buy it with a credit card? No, 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 no. I don't buy it from Lobster. I send my assets over. I'm not paying a fee. I just ship it over. I send it through XLM from a different exchange. There's no fee. I'm not paying a fee. You got a lot to learn. You got to go through the Lobster Academy. You got a lot to learn. Sweet Abiding. Pax G, please. Shortly. I still got to cover some of these. And I'm going to run out of time because I've only got an hour. So... Yes, you can buy XLM off of Binance, and then you have to send it over through the Stellar. Through XLM. Through your ledger, or whatever, through your exchange. But you're going to have to create, you got to create your Lobster stuff and everything too, so there's things you have to do. And it's not, you can't just learn it. You have to do some actual work, and you're not going to get rich overnight. I've been doing this for months. So XDC is trying to hunt down here. Remember we said XDC was going to come down and fall off a cliff, and that's exactly what happened once it broke the uptrend. It finally broke the uptrend and came off the cliff today. And now we're trying to come down to 43 cents. Or 0.43. Uh, so in the chat, you gotta hit the little thing that looks like the bits. That looks like the bit thing. There's a thing on the bottom right. Oh, no problem, sweet abiding. That's what I try to do when I come on here for an hour. I really do try to share as much knowledge as I can. Sometimes it might come off as me being a dick, but I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to get the information out the best way I know, and that's being direct. So that's what we're looking at for XDC, 4.3. For Dogecoin, we came through all of this, and I told you Dogecoin has a big problem because it's on a huge bull flag that it's going to crack and showing a sign of a fake out. And I told everybody this morning that was still, for whatever reason, in it or bought it. I told them to get out when it was at 10.5. I did an update this morning. I said, get out. I would be petrified. I'd have my head between my legs and be praying to, I'd be hoping to God that this doesn't come breaking through because it's owned by 95% institution, only 5% us. Holy crap, RP. 1,000? What do you mean, sorry, you're broke? That's huge. Are you kidding me? Thank you so much. Dude, 1 bit, 100 bits, 1,000 bits, 1,000,000 bits, it all means the same to me. I'm a very easy person to please. I really appreciate that. And don't ever apologize for donating out of your hard-earned money. Real talk. Never apologize, even if it's 1 bit. You're sending me your hard-earned money. Don't you ever apologize for that. Thank you so much for the gratitude. I appreciate it. Jake always sounds... I know it does. I know it does. I have that image that I am a dick for whatever reason, but, it is what it is. Aaron Lost Without God. Follower number 270 on Twitch. Make sure if you're new and you haven't followed my YouTube page, look at my Twitch homepage. Click on that link for YouTube. Join the more than 10,300 subscribers on YouTube. That link brings you there. Get my daily updates. Hey, thank you for the 1 bit above the sky. I will appreciate it. I was born in 1983, so, at the very least, the end of your name is from my birth year, so I appreciate the 1 bit. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry I'm being... You are not an idiot. I'm going to teach you, Sherlock. I'm not going to say your name. Not yet. Because you have to get over this. Stop apologizing. Ready? The number 1 thing I can teach you, you have to be positive, my friend. Stop apologizing and start saying you're welcome. It's the 1 thing I want you to learn. Stop saying I'm sorry. You're my friend. I'm going to help you. I help him more than just the charts. I've learned a lot. I used to be just like you. I used to always apologize for everything. And I also used to look at everything in the negative. Now I don't apologize for anything unless I've intentionally done something stupid and I realize it. And I always look at things in the positive. I always look at the negative outcomes, but I'm looking at it in more of a positive approach. Like the market, I knew it was going to collapse. The positive thing to do was to get out and not worry about the daily trading and work on my lobster side. I'm still watching the market every single day. That's for sure. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. RP Sherlock, thank you for the 50 bits. What a generous son of a bitch this guy is. I really appreciate that. But I'm so blessed you found my community because I really am so glad that you were able to get out when you got out. And at least now you can sit here and finally watch it and understand how the market works. You missed what I said. No, it's all good. It's all good. I was just talking. Some life advice is all. So Shiba, because we're using this area. Whoops. We're using this area. This is supposed to, I don't know what the hell happened here. It's supposed to be like this. Because we're using, I'll show you what I'm trying to do here and why I'm doing this. And if I mess this up, it's going to mess up the pattern. Okay. So that's what we're looking at for Shiba. We had a Robinhood disaster with the listing. So we got downtrending resistance. Well, we also have downtrending support and it's widening as it comes down. I'm theorizing that if it hits here and busts, That's where we'd make our huge move down if the market is going to collapse like that. Otherwise, we hit this consolidation area, bounce off it, and start to trade in here. I can certainly see something like that happening as well. So that's something we have to be cautious on. It looks like our right shoulder finally came collapsing down. You know, so it looks like we just had a premature push-up. We failed to cup and handle. And now we seriously have to pay. Now, if we say that our drop started here, you know, it can be different. But I'm saying it's possible we still have to have the master of all drops. This would be the mother of all drops here. So, and a kind of a liquidity style dump. Pizza Breath, thank you for the 300 bits. What a generous guy you are. Holy smokes. Not only is he a subscriber of the TFAM, I think, what is it, $5.99 a month? But you're awesome. Twitch sets those prices, by the way. And then he's also the third highest donator in the history of the channel. What a guy. What a guy. So that's what we're looking at. So we're going to see eventually here in the pattern if we can hold. That's a big flip right there. So, I mean, we already busted all these, though. The daily busted this. So we need to wait. I mean, we got 9 minutes here. We got 9 minutes here until the flip of the clock. Could I look at AVAX? Cool, you got it. Was in and out in a second. Yep, I appreciate that. Yeah, once you send it, I mean, it's so quick. The 50 people watching, I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. AVAX. I don't know if I have AVAX on here anymore. But I can certainly put it on for a sec. Oof. Man, oh man. What can I say, Jake? I'm a lovable, I think people feel sorry for me, so they watch. That's what I always say. People just feel sorry for me, that's all. But we can't even do that. We already busted that pattern, so that downtrending resistance is irrelevant. I mean, unless we have a broadening wedge, like a widening wedge, that downtrending resistance is gonna, unless we're planning on doing this, which I highly doubt, that resistance right there is invalidated. So what is most likely happening is we started to draw another resistance coming like this. And that's going to be an issue. Because these are the hard ones to break. Because then when I go to the weekly, I'm going to show you we're probably starting a weekly bearish divergence now. So that's what we have to break. And how do you get the pattern? Well, you kind of have to draw it until it meets. And it's a pain. But something like this. It's not going to completely meet yet. But that's what we're looking at. We're in something like this right now. And then if we go to the weekly, yeah, see? There's nothing to cross, but if there was, it would cross. Look how straight down that is. It's just, it's too new. So this pattern is hunting for places it hasn't been. So when they start to go into discovery in this direction, is AVAX worth a shit? Does it have any kind of utility? If it doesn't have any kind of utility, we're going to have a problem. 98% of coins, about 98% are going to get wiped out here in the next probably few months. Terra started it. Like I said earlier, before all these big drops happened and it was only Terra, I said Luna just crippled the market and pulled the rug and nobody even realizes it. And I know that because people are still actively buying shit, which made no sense. Terra's down 95%. People are buying other crypto. Are you a lunatic? Not you guys, but the person buying. Like, are they lunatics? I mean, who would buy that? I understand people are trying to make easy money, but come on, man. We're in a bear market. You can't make easy money like this. And plus, the tax implications in the U.S. will bend you over and your eyeballs will pop out. Good job. You made 10%. The government just plucked your eyeballs out by thrusting so hard and stealing all your money. Congratulations. You can use that 72 cents to buy some fake eyeballs. Like, it's not worth it. Why put yourself in that position to where you have to make money to pay your taxes? Now, what happens if this turns into a reversal candle because we're on the 20-day in the 30-minute time frame, and we just can't pass it. This is all of crypto right now. AVAX looks like the rest of crypto. A bearish continuation, it looks like. The biggest pile of shit of them all, and I'll be honest with you guys, the one that took the hardest hit, even worse than Luna, the biggest pile of shit of them all that everybody tried to convince me was good, and I told them it's a pile of shit, is Jasmine. Kept trying to convince me. Everybody kept saying it's the bottom. It's the bottom. It's the bottom. It's the bottom. It's the motherfucking bottom. Oh, Tom, it's the bottom. Well, motherfucking better be close to the bottom. We're down 97.45%. Thanks a lot for involving me. If I were, if I would have bought. Tom, right here. It bottomed. We're going to the moon. It bottomed here again in this weekly, and this week, and this week, and this week, and this week, and now we're on a 6-week losing streak. Oh shit, Tom, you were right the whole time. I'm glad I didn't have buy-in. I love when people say that. They tell me to buy 1,000,000 times, and they say, well, I'm glad I didn't buy. Come on, brother. You know you bought. Shut the fuck up. You wouldn't have told me to buy 800 times if you weren't buying. Anyhow, I digress. Bitcoin. Descending triangle that's actually trying to bust. I really wanted to have a daily close for purely selfish reasons under the 200 day. Even if it was just at 26,000, but you know. That's okay. Yeah, I used to have commands, but not in here. In a past Twitch life. When I was the #1 COD mobile streamer of all times. No. But what happens when Bitcoin pulls down, guys? The M's already confirmed. We got to come back down to at least here. That's a huge bull flag. We got to come back. I mean, got the technical target of 6,172. I know everybody will listen when we get there, but what are you going to do until then? Ali, welcome in. That's one of my gifts. I'm funny without having to try, because I make stupid comparisons and I make real life analogies and yada yada yada, and it just comes out. I can't believe there's 49 of you guys watching me for this long. That's right, Kenny. So Kenny, what do you like the Tom that you've seen the last few weeks? I'm going to go get my joint real quick, but hopefully I'll come back to a very nice comment from Kenny. Julie, are you okay? Are you playing the Sims? Are you okay? Chippy? Yeah.
How will your business adapt to change? You couldn't hire an office full of PDNs. Or you could use Workday. The finance, HR, and planning system used by over
Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to go make sure Julie was doing okay as well. So I appreciate your guys' patience. So now we got past the daily flip. This is what I've been waiting for and why it couldn't log off. And why I actually came on at 7 o'clock, or 7:05. Kenny, 7 bits. Look at that. What a generous son of a gun. Alright, smoke break. Don't sound like a bad idea. Gonna pack one, stack some pecan, and come. Hey, not a bad idea. Julie's doing good, Jake. I appreciate you asking. She had her physical therapy today. For anybody who doesn't know, Julie had an ankle replacement. She's had 4 surgeries now since her car accident in 2020. And she's doing good. I mean, she can't really walk, but she can at least put some weight on it and move around a little bit. It still swells up pretty bad, but she's a long ways away still, but she's getting better. Road to recovery. Lanham, thanks for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Brian the Great, welcome in. Welcome in. Alright, so that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. And as you can see, the wick down real quick. We had a real quick wick down. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. You know, we still have your sweatshirt, and I feel bad about it, and so does she. And I can actually see it because I put it on my couch. Because I wanted to have it out. I mean, I don't even know if you're the same size as when we were supposed to send that. It's been like, it's the OG shirt. That's Jake's OG shirt. He's like the original OG of everybody. He is the original OG. The slang started because of him. And I have his shirt. It's his OG shirt. It's a sweatshirt. It's a cool one. So 27,772 is the low that we have to break right now. See how we're looking in the 30-minute time frame. Looking like hell. That looks like shit. Looks like hell. You know what, Jake? I might have to send that one to you. I don't know what size that is. But I'll tell you what. I'll have to send you. I'll have to get. I should still have your address. I'll just send you this at a random time at my leisure. But I'm gonna send you one. You tell me. Whoops. Would you rather have the Tom's Army sweatshirt or the Tom's Army T-shirt? Because that'll be easier to send out to you with all the shipping BS right now between my country to yours. And if anybody's interested, that's the merch on YouTube. I've made it real cheap. 50% cheaper than every other YouTuber's merch. I mean, you can go look it up. It's crazy how much they charge. So I took the minimum in profit just so everybody could wear my stuff. So the 20-day, we have a bullish engulfing candle in the 20-day. I mean, in the 20-day. In the 30-minute. And, yep, that's what I figured, Jake. Sounds good. But the volume. In 5 minutes, we're going to see if we can pick up any volume. The first 5 minutes came out a little hot here, so that's what happens when you have an engulfing candle. It looks like it wants to push up here. So this could be a 400-point rally right here. Quick rally to start the flip at 8. It's not uncommon. We were very red. So now that we flipped the clock at 8, we might have a little bit of green stretch here for a moment. XRP had an interesting close. And if we can break up on top of here, this was the 30-minute, remember? If we break up here and don't get rejected at the 20-day, that's when we can come up here and at least hit this drop point at 52. So that's what we're looking at here. I don't even know why I even drew that out. Somebody must have asked, but that's what we're looking at. So, but as you can see, we're being squeezed because we want to pay attention to the 20-day. That's the overwhelming here. We're getting squeezed by the 20-day. And we're going to need some volume to push through it. And we're having a lot of wick pullbacks here. So even if we pull back, we're showing weakness in this area. So this is interesting. XRP's not in the greatest area right now. It's not in the greatest spot, and it's going to have to try to maintain this uptrend. A very low volume uptrend at that. It's going to have to maintain this very tight uptrend. You can almost see like a bear pennant forming. Well, It's not that it's not okay that you're not worried about taxes. It's a dangerous spot here. We're not at a spot where you should technically be trying to get in to make some money. Okay, so I'm just asking purely, just a pure question so everybody else in the audience can learn. Based on what here tells you that you can make some money? I'm just curious to know, what are you looking at here that makes you think you can make money? First of all, I want to hear it from you. What's the first thing you do from here? If you're looking for a short-term scalp, what has to happen here to make it possible? What's the first indicator from here that has to happen for you to buy? Because right now you're in dick land. You can't buy here. The first thing that has to happen... Well, if you're not going to sell for a long time, you should wait. You can't... I mean, when the market's collapsing like this... We just broke through fucking 5-year uptrend. Now you gotta let the market settle. Don't just get in right away. At least let this do something. So, right here, if you're doing a short term, you wait for it. Your first chance to buy is when it comes here. It hasn't come here yet. We haven't come back down here yet. We don't know where the new break line is. So right here you can buy if it hits. Or every time it hits this blue line on a short term trade, you can hit it because it's bouncing the uptrend. But the first thing you want is this to be on top of the 20-day. And then if it uses it as support as such, so if you get this, it comes up, and then it's using this as support, that's when you buy, because then you can get a little push. Or you start seeing this, and then you can buy it on the uptrend. And then you sell once it breaks the uptrend. So if you were to buy it here and it goes, you buy the uptrend, it holds. You still hold, it holds. And then it breaks through, you have to buy right when it breaks that uptrend. We're making the theoretical pattern right now for you. And you have to follow the steps. Put in 5K cash out at 5,500 in an hour. I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. I've got until... I said before 38K. I said before what 38K? I don't know what you mean. I said what, Bitcoin? I don't... See, Bitcoin's doing the same thing right now. It doesn't have much volume, but it does have a bullish engulfing, and it looks like they're hunting the 20-day. This is exactly what we were talking about at the start of the stream. We're going to come up to the 20-day. I'm going to hit this joint real quick. But, guys, I'm going to have to go in a minute. That's the thing. Like, I did the hour a little bit more. Oh, 28K. Okay, so that makes more sense. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be a dick to you, but I was just like, what does he mean 38K? So, 28K. So... Right now our support is the 27.7, but we do have right here at 28.530. Yeah, so 28.6 is right about there. So if you see us break this line at 28.544, that's a terrible sign. And especially if you see us break this, if you're in a long position, you got to sell at 27.788. But I wouldn't be putting all my eggs in one basket. So I'm going to end with ADA here for you. I'm going to do you a solace and cover this. So ADA... We've got, let me bring you out into the wider time frame in the weekly, just so you can see what's going on, because now that we broke some of this, I'm going to redraw this for you so that you can see it up to the minute, up to the date. Because it was until we busted these earlier today, and, you know, more recently just now. So now we're just going to use the body because we have a lot of evidence here. So that's what it looks like. And now... let's see the best way to show you this. Because I would love to use this, but we can't. So, we've already got points here, so... See, we already broke this, though. If we break that... I'm telling you guys, like, every spot that's supposed to try to break these trends, it just keeps falling through. And this is when you start to capitulate. And when you capitulate, it becomes a huge issue. Let's bring this into the 30-minute to see the immediate pattern. Okay, we could do something here. I can at least show you a little bit easier. See that? That's what we're looking at right there. So basically you're in a descending triangle here. But you don't worry about... So basically right now with what I just drew you, don't worry about this side. All you're worrying about is trying to fill this out. So if it breaks this descending line at any time and holds it, and you see a back test here, that's when you would be confirmed out. It's just when it breaks those, nothing says it has to do that before it continues down. It can easily J-hook down and bounce off the 20-day and just get rejected. It's better a blackjack and I suck at the casino. I hear you there. I hear you there. No problem, Super Fat Monk. No problem at all. I try to fit everything in for my audience in my own creative way. You know how I am. Love one, love all. Hey, blackjack's a thinking man's game. There's a lot of strategy there. Like, do you hit on 15 or pass? It all depends on what the dealer's showing, my friend. Sometimes you gotta take a risk. Sometimes you gotta lay back. Right now is the time not to take a risk. It's the time to lay back and let the market shake out. I know we're all trying to make money, but the only way to beat the market is to control the market. There's only one person you guys watch in the social media world, or an influencer that actually controls the market, me, with my technical analysis. It's to the point now people are asking me, Tom, can you just tell us, are you really one of the, not insiders, but one of the ones who are, that knows things? They think I'm an insider now, or that I'm actually one of the people that run crypto. They're convinced that I am in the know. I can guarantee you I am not in the know-how, or in the know. That's why I had to learn technical analysis, because I wasn't on anybody's radar. I can't express how much I love you guys here on Twitch. The vibe I get from you guys is absolutely spectacular, and I love it. I'm so glad you guys have embraced me here on Twitch, and we're starting our new journey here on Twitch. I mean, YouTube is still there, obviously. It's growing very quickly, but I'm very excited to start this next chapter. But you can see, here's what we were talking about here to start the flip of the clock. You've always got to have moments. Always. Look at Luna, $1.08. It closed down 94% in a 12-hour span. Some people are telling me to buy Luna, thank me later. I got no thank you. So, look at Luna, guys. That's Luna. Okay? Well, the cool thing is, guys, too, is like, I know, $120 to $1. Can you believe that? If I wasn't so focused on my lobster stuff, I would have shorted Luna. I should have. Even on, remember I talked about $200 shorting it at 10x. That's all I said we should do. And that was at $113, but I got so caught up in my lobster. I didn't have any time to, between my stuff on YouTube and Twitch, I didn't have time to keep doing all this shit. Not enough hours in the day with 3 kids. I think I'm a hero for doing what I do with the 3 kids, to be honest with you. And with Julie's injury, I'm a miracle. I know it. You guys know it. Some of you just can't admit it yet. And that's, honest to God, guys, that is the falling channel we're in that we need to break. And then if we break that, we need to break this resistance. Yeah, I know, Sean. You were really tempted at 22 and 12, and I said, Sean, I'm telling you, we already broke these key support levels, and I know it's tempting because you can see it go down and make a quick 40%, but the bottom line is this has to go to... I knew it was coming down to below $1. I fucking knew it. That's right, Token Jesus. I think I do own some of their assets, to be honest with you. I'm not a Rothschild, nor do I wish to be one. Nor do I even wish to be rich. I've already got everything I've ever wanted and more. So the more money I make doing all of this, the more people I can help. That's all I truly care about. I don't care about money. I have everything I need. I have money because you need it to live. But if I ever hit what I'm anticipating and I can show you guys a portfolio that'll make your head spin. That'll be the time when I can truly be at peace with myself, because then the ones who are truly worthy, I can do what I need to do. I have a lot of plans for a lot of people that I've already come across. It's just not the time yet. Anthony Carter, Mr. Carter, you're my hero. Well, Mr. Anthony Carter for Mother's Second Choice. For anybody who doesn't know, hopefully Twitch doesn't try to be like, hey, you don't have the copyright consent. And I'll be like, listen, you cocksuckers, I do too. I'm going to get a Mr. Anthony Carter on the phone if you ever try to tell me that this isn't my, you know. You know, this is a tragedy. I don't know where my... Oh, there it is. Okay, so, for anybody who doesn't know, Mr. Anthony Carter, let's do it. Let's welcome him in. Mr. Anthony Carter, I'm going to welcome you in with something that really, a song that I really think represents you well.
Have you heard about the pearly gates? Don't you know about the darkness within? If you go around like a fire song, you better know how to blow in the wind. Have you heard about the pearly gates? Don't you know about the darkness within? If you go around like a fire song, you better know how to blow in the wind. Come on out, reaching water. Come on out, howling winds. Come on out, thunder and lightning. Hold on, oh, you till we get to the end. Oh, you till we get to the end. Don't you know about the trouble you're in? Now you know your time is wearing thin. You gotta get out of this one song, so you lost straight to the wind. Come on out, reaching water. Come on out, howling winds. Coming down, thunder and lightning. Hold on, oh, you till we get to the end. Oh, you till we get to the end. All the king's horses and all the king's men could've put your lives back together again. Let's spread like...
Alright, so if anybody's interested in my video description below, you can find Mother's Second Choice on YouTube. Right out of the great country of Australia and the Outback. You better believe it, he's playing the guitar with the kangaroos. It was a true story. He once got bit in the ass by a kangaroo. No. But Mother's Second Choice, I appreciate you guys giving me the express written consent to play your copyrighted music. I could not be more grateful. I love it. Love it. So, we're looking to get rejected in the 20-day. And then if we have any hope, we might be able to come up to $1.47. But really, a lot of this upside could be capped at $1.3798. Oh, yeah, Lee, he's fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm actually going to play another one of his in the background. I'll turn it down a little bit. But he's phenomenal. It's a little
Can
chilly.
you whisper all your secrets? Tell him little white lies.
So,
Show him all the bits
that's what
of
we're looking at here. We're going to end it
you
here on
like
Culminates,
to
you guys. I know a lot of people are leaving
Think
because I
about
said
what
that I
he
was
wants
going to
from
have
you.
this, which
He
I
calls
am.
you late
I
at
stayed a little bit
night.
longer, but it's been an
When he
hour
says I
We've had a
love you,
great
girl, does he look
great
into your eyes? Do you
You
break
better
down
believe it,
inside
Anthony. Mr.
for the
Carter.
things that he
Hashtag
hides?
M2C.
Let me tell you there's something you wanna know.
I still jam to this shit
What
every
you
day.
want,
And it's been, what,
what
7,
you
8 months
need. So take me on a joyride. Know that all my love is free. It can break you into pieces, leave you
Give the crowd a
feeling
rendition
high.
of what you can do. Let's go to... This is another one of my favorites.
I feel it crawling in my head. I feel I'm hypnotized, staying in bed so I will survive.
So we can do it like that in the phone channel, or we can say we're gonna have some kind of reversal here. We can do it like this, guys.
The whole world just seems weird and wild.
Like this. Play it as such. We might get bounced around here. I don't know. It's short term ascending triangle. But if we can break this, we'll pop up and get on top of here. But if not, we're projected. Break this ascending support that right here. Then we're gonna fall down here. We're gonna have power about 0.935. I'm blessed and out of damage and everybody. I'm gonna let each and every one go.